Okay, I believe I am recording. There's a little dot here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start by making a function. If you go down to advanced and you expand advanced, you're going to see that there's one block for functions and we need to make a function. So we're going to click on that and we're going to give our function the name. Notice that the name do something is in camel case. So we're going to say start game. Okay, we're going to call this the start of game. Okay, start of game is my function. I'm going to camel case it. You could call it what makes sense to you. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say done. Okay, so when I say done, this function block appears in my workspace. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag all of this, that everything that's in start, and I'm going to pull it over to start of game. Now I still want to be able to start my game. Right now, my on start, nothing's happening. Okay, so I'm going to go to functions and I'm going to call start of game. So now notice we have two new blocks once we've made a function. I'm going to call start of game. So what happens is on start, it's going to say, oh, go to do the code that's in the function. And that's that. Okay, so that's one thing that we can do. We can also add some interactivity. Okay, so we know so far that a variable can be a number. A variable can also be text or a string. Okay, so string equals text. Those are interchangeable. So let's go ahead and go to variable. Okay, and what we're going to do is we are going to make a variable. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to call this player because we're going to make this a little more interactive. We want to know who the player's name is. So right now I'm going to say make a variable and I'm going to call this one player name. Okay, and again, I am using camel case to make this variable and I'm saying, okay, so no spaces, capital second letter. I'm saying, okay, and notice I have some brand new blocks for player name, okay, my new variable. And I'm going to, just like with the number variable with count A and count B, I'm going to set this inside of on start. So I'm going to say set player name. I'm going to put this above start of game. Okay, set player name. And right now it is to 0. So right now the computer or MakeCode thinks that this is a number. I need to change that up. Okay, so I'm going to go to text. So under advanced, okay, what you'll see is that there's a yellow drawer called text. We're going to click on that. And the very top block looks like a circle with quotes. Okay, and that is how the computer knows. We're going to drag that where it says 0. Okay, so now it says set player name to a blank in quotes. Okay, so that's how the computer knows the difference between a string, which is text, and a number. All strings or text require quotes around it. That's how the computer knows. Okay, so for now, I'm going to set the player name to player. Okay, now notice a few things. When you type in there, it's like where did the quotes go? But if I hit enter to make it real, the quotes come back. Okay, so I want also, remember with the numbers, right? I wanted to make sure that this indeed was set to player. So I'm going to go ahead and check. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to say, I'm going to say something called ask. Okay, ask for string. Okay, hopefully I do this right. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a splash block right underneath. I'm going to game and splash. I'm adding that right underneath set player name to player. Okay, and then I'm going to, few things. Oh, splash, and I'm going to say, I want to say hello. Okay, so I'm going to go back to text and then see how there's something called join hello world. That's the third block down in text. I'm going to take that whole thing and I'm going to drop it in the splash pill area. Okay, so right now it's saying splash hello world. And you should see that on your screen. Isn't that kind of cool? Now, what do you notice about hello world? Manon? Yes, it's all jammed together. So where it says join hello and world, we just need to add a space either after hello or right before world, okay? And then we'll hit enter and we'll test it out. Hello world. But really, what do we want it to say? Do you know why hello world is a big deal? Like in computer science, like that's your first code that you ever write, okay? So hello world, what do we really want it to say though? Hello. Sort of. We want, first I want to check that my player name is set correctly, right? So that's just me because I need to check everything. So first I'm going to say, hello, player name. So I'm going to put that there. Hello, player name. And what do we think is going to, right? If we say hello, player name in terms of, and use the variable, it's going to say the player is player name right now, right? Then what I want to do is I want to say something else. Okay, this is kind of crazy. What we're going to do now is we're going to set another variable. So this is an example of the variable changing. Okay, so now I'm going to do set again. So I'm going to take this top, the top set, I'm going to right click and duplicate. And then I'm going to tuck that in under splash. Okay, so right now, I'm saying set player name to player, but I don't want that. I'm going to ask for the player's name. So if I go to game and I come down, scroll down to the prompt section, the last pill or the last block in the prompt section is ask for string. And notice there are quotes there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to connect that, drop that into where it says player. I'm going to toss that extra code. And right now, it's going to say, it says set player to ask for string. And in here, I'm going to say, what is your name? Okay. Cool. So let's see how that works. Let's let the code refresh. Let's say, hello, player. Let's press A. What is your name? So now it's asking us what our name is. So let's go ahead and put a name in here. You have two arrow keys to get to the different letters. Whoops. And then you have to press A. Bless you. Press A to, oh, I don't know how to delete. Press A to make it real. Okay. So I'm going to just try to name myself KNI. This is my alter ego. E. So remember, space counts as the A, okay? And then when you put in your name, you have to say okay. So you have to arrow down to okay and then hit A. All right, and then look, then the game starts. So far you have set player name to player. You said, hello, player. Set player name to ask for string, what is your name? And then right afterwards, the game starts, right? Let's make sure, I want to double check that indeed the name, player name, the variable player name changed to whatever I put in there. Okay, so I'm going to go back to which one? Oh, go back to the splash that says hello player name. I'm just going to right click and duplicate that. I'm going to throw that, place it right below ask for string. What is name? Okay, so hello player. What is your name? Okay, CATHY. Okay. Hello, Kathy. I should have said hello, Manon, because you're my eye contact person. Okay, and then when I press A, the game can start. Okay, so here is another living proof that a variable can change. And notice that code is the same, right? Splash hello player name, splash hello player name. We have that twice, but now because we're setting the variable player name to whatever the player enters in what's your name string, player name, the container variable held player, and now it holds whatever the new name is. So you can do that a lot. You can ask a ton of questions. Hey, what's your name? What do you need? They can half hear you. This is what's driving Layla crazy, yelling at me every day. What's the what? Oh, I said, the first one I said, hello, player name. So hello, player name, right? Not hello world. So you're grabbing it from variable. Player name. Hello, player name. Takes a lot. So player name right now is player, right? Then we're hitting A and say set player name to whatever. What's your name? Okay. So let's right click this and duplicate that and throw it right in here. We keep this as player name. So go ahead. Hello, player. What is your name? And this is double consonants inside of both names, first and last name. Okay, so let's think about, where do you see this in real life, right? Think about that. Anything that you sign up for, any kind of game where you're like, oh, I'm being greeted, right? Welcome back to this website. Your name. It's all because of a variable, right? And it changes. If you decide, oh, you know what? I don't want my username in Fortnite or whatever, in Minecraft to be cute sucks 102. I want my new username to be, I don't know, I wear headphones. You can do that. That variable changes. Nico. Oh, show me. Okay, hold on though, because I got to stop the recording. Otherwise, it's going to be a lot of